Alongside Ruby or not.
Yeah, man, Shaggy, I see Fayan.
I love it.
Play in this beautiful game where the rules and names remain the same.
That's right.
It's the game of love and unity. Play in this beautiful game where the rules and names will never change.
Awesome.
It's the game of love and unity.
Ladies and gentlemen, your handsome, flawless cricket star boy Tyrelle Audain is here for a late night live stream. I hope you guys are doing well and in very good health. And first of all, if you're new to my channel, I would like you all to kindly please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more cricket analysts. Soon enough, I might be starting back to post old cricket matches as World Cup is about a couple of weeks away, and this Sunday CPL wraps up with its finale, and I can happily share I'm proud to be a Trini today. That is because curry chicken rules 24/7 and chicken curry nothing, and that's why it's you're seeing the title right now on the live stream. And this is my second live stream in as many days. I'm gonna try to do more live streams from now on, and a few weeks from now the Cricket World Cup starts, and I'm gonna be doing more live streams then rather than the regular videos that you all have seen. So until when the World Cup comes around, you're all gonna be seeing live streams when it starts. And when I'm looking back at the teams that the cricketing boards have selected for the tournament, I will review them in separate videos from the stream. So folks, stay tuned because the next couple of months it's going to be one bumpy cricketing ride. But before I jump into CPL playoffs on tonight's show, let me say a very special hello to all of my followers in the subcontinent. I know the Asian Games, beg your pardon, started day before yesterday, and I can happily share I have a score check from the Women's Cricket Asia Games competition, which is in the quarterfinal stage as of now. India are currently playing Malaysia. The Indians made 173 runs for 2 wickets. The last score I saw was no wicket for none. Then the rains that came again in China. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any live coverage on any of the sports networks, but I'm following the scores online. That's because the only network in the subcontinent that is televising the games are Sony Sports and 10 Sports in Pakistan. So with that said, what the heck? So before I jump into the CPL playoffs, my friends, I would like to send a massive shout out to our Trinidad and Tobago athletes who on Wednesday night, or should I say Tuesday night, beg your pardon, was honored at a ceremony organized by the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, Misham for Kojo. And during that ceremony, they also honored the athletes who represented Trinidad and Tobago both at the Commonwealth Youth Games and also the Special Olympics World Games. And shout outs to women that I know, Victoria Samuel, my ex-classmate. You know, she and I would have our on and off drama, but I'm so proud of her and also Patrice Penny. Now, both of them were at the event last night and they were honored by the Ministry of Sport, and I'm very glad that they're making this country very proud on the world stage. Hopefully soon enough I make this country extremely proud when I get opportunities to do presenting or even cricket commentary globally. And the athletes who did well in the Commonwealth Youth Games, in which I did volunteer at, they also were, I believe, they were also honored as well. And up till this day, I'm very curious to ask, why isn't the certificates not ready? That's the only question that I have to ask out of all of what's going on. And within the last couple of days, there's been a lot of drama involving the boys and I. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, some anonymous tip is trying to destroy my reputation and my personality style by apparently leaking an audio call that I had with the guys. And for me, after all that has went down, I have nothing to do with my former mate who I had a shouting match with, and the other one who tried to settle the things. He and I are still good, nevertheless. I won't call out their names for their own safety, but they do follow. But they used to follow my page. I don't know if they still do, but nevertheless, let me get back to the cricket. So Tuesday night also was the start of the CPL playoffs. The eliminator took center stage as the Jamaica Talibans, the defending champions, knocked out the St. Lucia Kings out of the competition following a 5 wicket victory in the low scoring eliminator match that took place at Providence Stadium in Guyana. Now, if I recall, the Kings made 125, and I must say the batting performance was extremely disappointed. The big guns such as Johnson Charles, Colin Munro, who I find was a huge disappointment once again this season. I remember about last week or a week before, somewhere around there, I think it was last week Friday, a colleague of mine who's a diehard Colin Munro fan was so upset and called one of his innings against us TKR very crap. Now, sometime sooner or later, I will try my very best to have her on the live stream once if it's okay with her because she's very, very busy. Now, right now, she and I are not on good terms because of all the drama that's going on with the guys. Now, in fact, everybody knows what the hell is going on, which I will not talk about on this live stream. But St. Lucia Kings, on the whole, their batters failed to show. Whether you're a Colin Munro fan or a Johnson Charles fan, they failed at the top of the order. So did the middle order as well. Only Roston Chase was the top scorer with 40, I think, of 37 deliveries. 125 7 was never enough on a low on a in a low scoring game like that on a pitch that was turning. And I have to admit, the St. Lucia Kings bowlers extracted something out of the pitch. Matthew Ford, who I think is going to be one of Wesley's future white ball stars if given the opportunity in next year's T20 World Cup here in the Caribbean and the US. He took 3 wickets. But Talawas, in my view, would be very concerned about their captain, Brandon King, and Mohammed Amir, who apparently are unfit. Amir did pull a hamstring a few deliveries in the match. He did went on social media and said how he had a stomach bug. Now, I'm speculating that that is simply not true. I used to be a Muhammad Amir fan during his early days, then the spot fixing scandal come and happen, and he was banned for 5 years alongside Butt and Amir, or should, I beg your pardon, Salman Butt and Muhammad Asif. Now, Asif and Amir was a good bowling pair, and had Asif didn't get involved in that fixing, he would have become one of the best Pakistani fast bowlers ever produced since the Wasim Waka and Shoaib Akhtar era. I'm just throwing those in because we all know what the hell happened at Lord's 13 years back. But Amir is a concern for the Talibans for Friday night, and so has Brandon King. That's one of the reasons why Imab Wasim did stepped in that dead rubber match against the Kings about a couple of days back, and he led them quite well. And this just goes to show what I had to say on social media the other day, or should I say a few hours ago, that T20 cricket and 50 over cricket are two different formats and two different ball games altogether. And speaking of Wasim, Imab Wasim had a disastrous World Cup 2019. He was out of form in almost all of the games. He only took 4 wickets and hardly contributed with the bat. So to all the Pakistani fans who want him in the World Cup's 50 over squad, not a chance. Because there's already Mohammad Nawaz, the fellow left arm spinner. Shadab is out of form now, following that disappointing Asia Cup, but hopefully he bounced back in the World Cup. And Coming back to CPL, Talibas will now face Amazon Warriors on Friday for a spot in Sunday's final. And coming to Amazon Warriors TKR match, Chicken Curry took down, I beg your pardon, let me rephrase, Curry Chicken took down Chicken Curry. TKR are into its 5th CPL final, and coincidentally, every time when Trinbago Knight Riders have made a finals, they have won it all. On the last 4 attempts, they made the finals. Could 2023 be the fairy tale turnaround from 2022 last year, where TKR not only failed to make the last 4, but also ended up at the bottom of the table, and not one batter scored a half century? Well, all of that has changed dramatically this year. Coming into the match, the Knight Riders were unfortunate to lose Martin Guptill and Sunil Narayan before the game. Narayan apparently had a stomach bug, while Guptill failed a late fitness test with regards to a groin injury he sustained in the last match, and he could have been rested for the dead rubber to avoid getting hurt. And this just goes to show we're almost like Amazon Warriors, or should I say the TKR Amazon Warriors CPL match. Whenever Trinidad plays Guyana, it is always the Caribbean version of India versus Pakistan. And today, TKR showed why they are the Indian version of the CPL compared to Amazon Warriors, who are the Pakistani version of CPL. So let's get right into business. Amazon Warriors was sent into bat by Kyron Pollard's Trinbago Knight Riders. They posted 166 for 7 from 20 overs. Pakistan's Sai Ayam again was the leading run scorer for the Warriors with 49, his third score of 49 this year in 2023. I think those 2 other 49 scores was either in the PSL or earlier on in the season for Amazon Warriors. And there was also critical contributions at the back end from South Africa's doing Pretoria's Romario Shepherd from Guyana and Guyanese favourite son Gurakesh Moti that gotten them past 160 on the board. Now, I thought at one stage they wasn't going to get there, but poor bowling from the Knight Riders in the last 5 overs, which they conceded 58, gave them a sniff of a chance. And one of the reasons why they almost did not get to 160 in the first place was thanks to the spinners, in particular Waqar Solanki, the Afghan youngster, who again was the pick of the TKR bowlers with 2 wickets for 28 from 4 overs, and was well supported by pacer and by Trinidad and Tobago Red Force all-rounder Terrence Hines, who also took 2 wickets apiece, and there was 1 wicket for 28 as well for Akil Hussain, but he had a little bit of an off night despite not bowling out. And it was also good to see that Dwayne Bravo, making a return in this game after missing the last several matches through a finger injury. And I'm glad that all of the players are fully fit, because had we did not rest our big guns for the dead rubber, we would have been dead meat, and Amazon would have had the advantage going into this game as well. But on the bottom line of that, those 58 runs in the last 5 overs, thank goodness, did not come back to haunt us in the end. That is because when TKR came out to bat, or should I say, there's an old saying that one of my favorite SCA teachers, who's no longer with us, would say. What I was talking about with regarding to coming back to bite us, according to the old saying that the late Mr. Alfred would always tell myself and our SCA students of 2015-16, never happened. So talking about TKR, Trinbago Knight Riders, they sealed the match with 11 balls remaining, finishing on 167 for 3, thanks to a splendid 80 of 58 deliveries from Chakrit Walton, who got the opportunity due to Guptill failing the fitness test before the match. And he also played the anchor role throughout the chase from the get-go. And there was also vital contributions from Nicholas Puran and Kyron Pollard, who both chipped in with 33 and 23 respectively. And while Walton was there, the Jamaican veteran played the anchor role compared to Puran and Pollard, who played very aggressively in an attempt to kill out the game very early. And there's a saying that I said on social media after the game. I love my Trinbago Night Riders. These are the 4 stars: 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2020. I want star number 5 there on next year's jersey if we win on Sunday, aka Domingo, aka Republic Day. And that'll be a very special gift for all of the people of Trinidad and Tobago and for all of the Night Riders fans globally. We want title number 5, and we want to show the world that we are simply the best franchise team alongside IPL's Chennai Super Kings, which I love the most. No offense, CSK, I love all it, but I love my beloved TKR. Even though Kolkata Knight Riders has won 2 IPL trophies. As what I was saying, I love my TKR for life. Come Sunday finals, 5th title loading. Speaking of the Night Riders and finals, going into the match on Sunday, all of the 4 finals Trinbago Night Riders were a part of in the past, going back to late in the Red Steel days in 2015. We had won all 4 finals in the past, thanks to Cameron Atmal's half century in the 2015 final against Barbados Tridents, which was known back then, now known as Royals. Kevin Cooper's brilliant cameo against the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in 2017. That was in the wee hours of the morning where we needed, I think, 25, 26 or the last 2. And he killed the game with that over by destroying Ben Stokes and also ending, not Ben Stokes, Ben Hilfenhaus, the Australian. Thank you for the correction. He managed to not only destroy Ben Hilfenhaus, the Aussie veteran, but also ended his career by scoring 25-26 in 1 over to win the final. Dinesh Ramdam was at the other end. Colin Munro, one of my favorites in 2018. Too bad he's no longer with TKR. And I want to blame management still. Management, you all broke my heart by releasing him. He was our leading run scorer between 2016 to 2022, and you threw him out of the team. He was our leading run scorer in 2018 because that season he was in red hot form. And in 2020, in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic, where TKR was undefeated all the way to the title, Darren Bravo, brilliant half century in the final against the the St. Lucia Zooks, which is now known as the Kings. That half century in that final, never forget that undefeated run, and also mind games in that match too, and Darren Bravo dealt with it. That innings from Colin Munro in the 2018 final was a top class innings, and that rounded off his campaign in 2018. He was in a 6-hitting fest at that time, and I'll never forget that. I hope Miss Idula is hearing what I have to say in this video, because if I do show her what I had to say, I have to forgive her for all the drama that's going on with the guys and I, and a few of my other darlings too. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna wrap up tonight's live stream. Remember, folks, stay hydrated. We are currently in a heat wave. I know it's late. This is the second time I'm doing a late night live stream, but what the heck? I love to do late night live streams. So, guys, in the next video, I will talk about some of the teams that have selected its sides for the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup. Right now, I'm trying my very best to gather all of the information. So until next video, it will not be a live stream, it will be a regular video because there's no cricket tomorrow. So until then, folks, stay hydrated, be good, be cool, stay safe, and drink lots of water on the nation streets. Thank you and bye-bye.